No, I'm literally so mad because I filmed an entire intro and it was great and I was funny and I forgot to turn the mics on. Oopsie! So now we're gonna redo it and it's not gonna be as good and I'm gonna be really sad about it, but it's okay. It's okay, mistakes happen. Hi, I'm Jade. Welcome back to my corner of the internet where I talk about books and travel. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then consider following along for more. Let me give you the rundown. First up, we have a 500-word essay on the 3 short stories that we read from Flannery O'Connor. I will be doing mine on Everything That Rises Must Converge. And then I've got a research paper for Dracula, which isn't due until the end of the year, but I'm an overachiever and I'm going to try and get it done while it's still fresh on my mind and so I don't have to stress about it at the end of the year when I'm suffering from burnout. Now, in terms of what I'm currently reading for skill, we've got Descent into Hell by Charles Williams. He is one of the Inklings of Oxford. You may know C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, but Charles Williams is also in the little prestigious club of Oxford Christians of the 1930s and 40s. Do I know what's going on in this book? No, but I think we're in hell, and that makes for an interesting time. And the 4th book that I gotta read is Rebel Spy for my young adult lit class, and I was like, hey, why not pull double duty and pick one of the books that is on my 26 books to read in 2026, and then just read a book I already want to read that's young adult, and read it for school. Kill 2 birds, 1 stone. We think with a big brain over here. Also along the lines of the 26 books that I'm reading in 2026, I'm reading Mere Christianity. Finally, I have the audiobook for this and I'm dual reading it and it's actually making quite a bit of sense and I'm kind of surprised because I tried to read this when I was in 11th grade and I went way over my head and I don't know. But this makes so much sense and I'm actually appreciating C.S. Lewis a whole lot more than I used to, which is good because he's a great writer. So I'm gonna start reading Descent into Hell because I've got class discussion on it tomorrow and I have to read like 60 more pages of this. What fun times. What joy of being an English major. So, welcome to the midterm reading vlog. Buckle up, grab a box of tissues, because tears may or may not be shed. I cannot guarantee one or the other. It's Wednesday. I'm finishing getting ready and then I have to go to work. I have decided to academically troll my professor because for what do we live but to laugh at our neighbors and make sport for them in our turn, or however that quote goes. So for my British writers course, we have to write like a research paper for one of the books that we read. And so I am going to academically troll one of my professors because is there anything better? Like, why would I not academically troll if I have the option, right? I might be suffering, but at least it'll be fun suffering. And I feel like that's kind of the whole crux of the matter. So currently my working title is Re-examining Barbie's Dream House, How Mina Harker Redefines the Ideal 19th Century Woman. I love Mina Harker. I think she's great. And there's definitely a lot to explore around her character and also the like 19th century new woman, old woman contrast, and I think she kind of embodies both of them. So I do have another research paper that I do need to be writing, but I'm procrastinating by working on another essay that's not due till the end of the year, but also I want to get it done before the end of the year. I'll definitely make a video about that essay, but for now we gotta focus on midterms. So next Thursday I have my Flannery O'Connor paper due. I'm gonna try and knock that out fully tonight just to have it done, because the big 1800 word research paper is also due next Thursday. That'll be it for tonight probably, because it's 7 p.m., which is not late for most people, except I go to bed at 10 p.m. like every single night. I might be a college student, but I do value my bedtime. Maybe that makes me a grandma, but I will gladly accept the grandma allegations as long as I get my 9 hours, because I don't function without my 9 hours. So No! What? No! No! Are you kidding me? Bro! I know I've literally read this before, but I don't remember this. No! No! I love this book! I finished Dracula last night. It was so good. Oh my goodness. Actually ended up reading ahead for class. So we have a test on Thursday, so I'm not really sure how that was gonna work because we were supposed to finish the book on Thursday as well. This is the hair. I don't know if it looks cute. The back of my head is none of my business. finding very many articles about the Sublime in The Man Who Was Thursday, which just kind of sucks because that's what I'm writing my research paper on. I'm like a third of the way through. I've got 623 words. So honestly, if I can find some more sources, that would be really helpful. Then I can pull more quotes in, which will help up the word count a little bit. Y'all, I feel so chic with these sunglasses on. Hello. Okay, let's go to work. Okay, I'm currently on lunch break, so I was able to finally finish the reading for class that's in like 30 minutes. I was able to find an audiobook, which is really good because this is kind of confusing, especially if you're not like a die-hard Tolkien fan. I've read the Silmarillion and I've read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series. That's helping me kind of grasp a little bit more of what's going on. Thankfully, the audiobook is kind of helping put more of like a narrative feel to the book, but we'll have our first class discussion on this today. I also have to finish my research paper, which is due Friday, but I was able to get, let's see, I'm at 858 words out of 1800, and today's Wednesday, so it's not horrible, but it could be better. Hopefully I can get up to like 1500 words today. I've just had such trouble finding like research, so I might try and look for like analyses of for Sunday as a type of god figure, and so maybe that can help me kind of build up my argument. I'm a little bit stressed, but it's okay. We're gonna get it done, whether we have to pull an all-nighter, which I've never done in the entirety of my college career, or we just gotta knock it out. I've got about 200 pages, not 200 pages, hello, that would actually be a nightmare. I have 200 words left to write for, well, technically like 150 words to add to my paper before I can turn it in. I'll probably like write those 150 words and then I'll give it a few hours to like marinate before I go back and fully edit everything. Honestly, I kind of cooked myself by choosing The Man Who Was Thursday because there's like no research done on this, which is just fabulous. So it's been a bit hard to like build my argument with secondary sources. Thankfully, I was able to find a couple on just the Sublime in general that I can use. There's definitely not any that are the connection between the Sublime and The Man Who Was Thursday, which is what I was kind of hoping for. I'm just the first in my field, I guess. Okay, we are officially at 1,809 words. So glad that I finally hit the word count. I'm sure there'll be a couple more words I can add in here and there. I literally just threw in another analogy and I used Plato's cave analogy from the Republic because I thought that kind of tied into like the experiencing of something that's terrifying when you've only kind of seen like shadows of it, in the same way that Syme thought that Sunday was terrifying because he'd only seen and heard parts about Syme's character, and then when he finally comes to like see Sunday's face, he realizes that Sunday's actually good. I think once I finish this, I'm gonna do some reading that I need to get done. I have an advanced copy of a book that I need to finish and review. It releases on the 3rd of March. Today's the 27th. I want to try and get as much of that read as I can today, so hopefully I can finish it over the rest of the weekend. goodness, it is done. It's 7:16 right now. Paper's obviously due at like 11:59, so we're golden. Hopefully by the time I have to write my second research paper for this class, I'll have a book that has more research on it, so that will make my job way easier. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and coming along with me as I started and finished this essay for class. It's been a fun time, and there will definitely be more essays in the future. I've already started working on my Dracula essay for my British writers class, so that will be fun. Thank you guys for stopping by my cozy little corner of the internet, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!